Hi again. Thanks for your support with the last video and the comments. I do read them all eventually. Sorry I haven't got around to replying much these days. But following on from that and what I was talking about with time and specific with the number 12 association with 144 as well, and 12 times 12, 144 and 12 Fibonacci. What I wanted to just quickly show as well with 144. In what was the old Francis Bacon cipher, which I always refer it to still when I think about it. It's now called caps added. It's just basically the ordinal that you can see along the bottom there, but when it becomes then capital, it just carries on. D Trump, so his initial D, capital letter, you'd have as a capital letter. And then his surname, you'd have a capital letter for the T. Specific cipher, specific number for D Trump. Same as time in Latin. And that Latin cipher looks simple enough at first glance, doesn't it? But then you notice a couple of things. Yet time equals 144 in that cipher. And 12 being the key number that symbolises time. This was that simple diagram of the math for 144. In our days system, 60 minutes every hour, 24 hours. And that's the 12 and 12 for the duality of the clock system. It's the decimalisation of getting to that is by 5, and that is 2, 52 weeks. It's the 2 5s, it's the 10 that decimalises it all with a circle. And the circle's significant because that again that's a symbol of time, 12 is, and that number is. So is that, because it's the circle of time for our day, year, whatever you want to. Just, it's round and round, isn't it? This is why I like to do math in visual, because on pen and paper, because it's where a lot of the stuff you find through the symbol of it as well. But calculators, it doesn't show you the occult underneath bit of the math, which is the fascinating bit for me, because what I'm about to show you, it's like incredible. But really so basic as well. And it's really just that 12 being the symbol of time for a number, times, so the x, half of the time, which is the 6 o'clock is half of the circle we've just described. Half, literally half on, it's a visual thing anyway on the time. 12 times 6, it's just simple basic math that is incredible how it reveals the halfway point of our year. Because July 2nd is pretty much the exact halfway point of the year. 72, of course, being half of the 144. It's mathematical perfection. You've got to admire it in that regard. Well, I do. I know it's a control system, don't get me wrong, but you've got to it just fascinates me how perfect it all is. But just such a simple thing like that. I mean, I've never really even sat and thought about it until today. I'm going to get to that in a minute. Today's date being 7/7. That's one you can just tell down the pub or whatever. Well, guess what? I'll show you a little trick about time. Your mates will be like, what are you on about? But you'll have to get a pen and paper out. You can't describe it. You've got to show people this. Then they'll have to realise this bit. Because obviously not many people are conscious of when things are. But you can't deny that 72 is 7 July and 2nd. And that's just the confirmation that, the math is always right. Again, this is why I have that respect for it, because it's never wrong. And yeah, 7/2, July 2nd. See how that is with the math. July 1st isn't quite halfway, but as it becomes then July 2nd, it's the crossover of the two dates. Beginning of July into the 2nd is halfway exactly. Halfway exactly. Halfway through simple equation of time, symbol number 12, get a clock, draw a clock, X. You could argue that's a symbol of time as well. The circle is a symbol of space. Time, half of time, which is half of that. 12 is the symbol of time, half of it is then half of the number. Again, I'm just the mathinger here. You can't argue with the mathinger and the math. I'm just presenting it. You can present it, to people down the pub, if you dare. 12 6s are 72, aren't they? 7/2 is July 2nd, and it is the halfway point of our year time system. Time being 144 in the Latin cipher. 7/2 being half of time. Number 72. 12 times 12 being the time 144. Pretty incredible, hey, just from simple basic math, but when you put it down on a bit of paper, film it on this video, take a few minutes just to ponder on it. And even that, for example, the X for times, you miss all that if you're just saying it or putting it into a calculator, but it's all symbolism. So, half of a clock is 6 o'clock, half and half, splitting it right down that middle, isn't it? Exactly what the answer does in our year calendar system. It's just like, that shouldn't be, but it is. It's just, it is.